Adrian's Journey, a story of love, loss, and reconnection. Adrian had always been the pride of his family, growing up in a small town where everyone knew each other's names. When he graduated from university and landed his first job in the big city, it was like a dream come true. He was a bright-eyed young man, ready to take on the world. And though he was miles away from his parents and his little brother, Tom, they made sure to stay close. Every night, without fail, they would chat over video calls. Adrian would tell them about his new job, his explorations in the city, and the friends he was making. At 22, Adrian was living his best life. Weekdays were for work, learning, and making connections, while weekends were for exploring the city with his friends and his new girlfriend. She was also fresh out of college, with her own dreams and spark. Their weekends were filled with shared laughter, new experiences, and the excitement of a future that felt wide open. Life was blissful. One night, as he was about to call his family, his phone rang. It was an unknown number. A knot of unease tightened in his chest, but he answered, not knowing that everything was about to change. On the other end, a solemn voice informed him that his parents had been in a car accident. They hadn't survived. The world seemed to crumble around him. In the blink of an eye, his life shifted from one of freedom and exploration to one of responsibility and grief. He packed his bags, left a note for his roommates, and took the first bus home without a word to anyone, not even Kay. There was no way he could explain the whirlwind inside him. Arriving back in his hometown felt surreal. He looked at his childhood home, now a place that echoed with memories but felt empty without his parents. But his little brother, Tom, was there, only 10 years old, with wide, frightened eyes that told Adrian all he needed to know. He was Tom's only family now, and it was his responsibility to give his brother a stable, loving home, just as their parents would have wanted. In a brief message, he broke up with Kay, explaining that he couldn't be the person he used to be. There were no words to truly express the loss and duty he felt. She replied with a simple, "I understand," and though Adrian could sense the hurt between the lines, he knew this was the right choice. He couldn't bear the thought of Kay putting her life on hold for him. Adrian devoted the next 10 years to raising Tom, guiding him through school, teaching him to be kind and resilient, and passing down the values their parents had instilled in him. He never let Tom feel alone, ensuring he was there for every moment, big and small. Tom became his purpose. Through those years, Adrian never stopped thinking about Kay. Though they had no contact, he kept up with her life through social media. Watching her grow in her career, move to new cities and travel, each night, he included her in his prayers, asking for her happiness and that maybe, just maybe, fate would bring them together again someday. Finally, on the eve of Tom's own university graduation, his brother came to him with a gentle smile. "Adrian, you've given me everything. I know what you sacrificed, and now it's time for you to live your life." It was as though a weight had lifted from his heart. Tom reassured him he was ready to stand on his own. They shared a long embrace, and for the first time in years, Adrian felt the flutter of hope. The next day, Adrian packed a bag, his heart pounding with the excitement and fear of what lay ahead. He took the train back to the city, and with a bouquet in hand, he found his way to Kay's doorstep. She opened the door, her face a mixture of surprise and joy. Without a word, Adrian held out the flowers, and she pulled him into a hug that felt like coming home. This time, they didn't need to say much. They had each lived, learned, and grown, and in that silent embrace, they found the beginning of a new chapter. Woven together by the years they had spent apart, for Adrian, life had come full circle, and this time, he knew he was right where he was meant to be. Subscribe for daily uplifting stories, and let's fill each day with positivity and warmth.